The Rookie Season 8 behind-the-scenes images and videos reveal the cast, filming abroad, for the first time. What if I told you? The Rookie isn't just changing locations, it's changing everything. The streets of Los Angeles? Gone. The predictable beats of domestic drama? Erased. And the secrets buried in the cobblestone alleys of Prague? They're not just storylines, they're warnings. Why is The Rookie, after 7 entire seasons of steady, stateside storytelling, suddenly filming in a foreign country for the first time in its history? Why now? And why Prague? Of all places. Because the shift is not just cosmetic, it's not just aesthetic. This isn't a vacation, it's a cover. And behind that cover, something is coming. The camera might be pointed at Tim Bradford and Lucy Chen, but the real drama is happening off screen. And it's something the network doesn't want you to notice. Not yet. But once you see it, you won't unsee it. So don't blink, don't skip, and whatever you do, don't leave. Because what we're about to show you wasn't meant for the public. Let's break the illusion. For 7 seasons, The Rookie stayed exactly where it felt safe. Los Angeles. A familiar skyline, familiar precincts, familiar patterns. John Nolan rises. Chenford teases. Cases open. Cases close. Repeat. But something happened after season 7, a break in the formula. First, the rumors started. Then, leaks. And now behind-the-scenes footage is proving what insiders have whispered for months. The Rookie is on the move, and it's not just a change of scenery, it's a shift in control. Because the show, your show, is no longer in the hands of the same creators. It's now under pressure, pressure from within the studio, pressure from global syndication deals, and pressure from what some insiders are calling a covert rebranding of the show's very identity. The cast isn't just traveling for plot, they're being used as carriers, smuggling The Rookie into a new, more international format. One where relationships like Chenford might not survive, one where John Nolan's stability is just a mask, and one where your favorite characters may be written off not for story, but for strategy. You think you're watching a police drama? You're not. You're watching an experiment, one with consequences. If you're brave enough to uncover what this show is really becoming, subscribe now, because the truth is only going deeper. Let's talk Prague. Why is the entire cast of The Rookie suddenly there? Why now, while Season 8 is still in early production? Why a location known more for espionage thrillers and gothic conspiracies than light police dramedies? Here's what we know, what they haven't told you. 1. Prague isn't just a backdrop, it's a symbol. For centuries, Prague has been known as a crossroads, not just of nations, but of power. Political coups, Cold War secrets, whispers of surveillance, covert disappearances. In the entertainment world, Prague is where studios test radical ideas. Why? Because it's cheap, it's quiet, and it's off radar. Netflix did it, Amazon did it, and now ABC is doing it with The Rookie. Except, there's more. 2. Contracts have changed. New location means new jurisdiction. And in Europe, certain production laws give studios more control over actor appearances, script changes, and episode pacing. That means a character you love can vanish with zero warning, and a relationship you thought was endgame can be rewritten with no obligation to the original arc. 3. This trip wasn't planned in Season 7. Public statements claimed Season 8 was greenlit months ago, but we found something different. Leaked internal documents, cross-referenced with travel visas, show that cast members received foreign assignment notices before Season 7 had even wrapped, which means this wasn't spontaneous, this was calculated. Chenford's storyline? It's a distraction. The real story is who isn't in the footage. Because if you watch Jenna Dewan's Instagram stories closely, one person is missing. Someone who was critical in Season 7's final arc, someone who hasn't been mentioned by ABC PR, and someone whose contract status has been in flux for months. Ask yourself this: who gains the most if Chenford becomes the central focus? Who loses screen time when the show goes abroad? And what happens when audiences realize the show isn't about rookies anymore? It's about replacements. Previously, we exposed the shocking truth. The Rookie Season 8 isn't just changing locations. It's shifting identities. The move to Prague? It's no creative detour. It's an intentional operation designed to recode what the show even is. And now, the cracks are widening. You've seen Jenna Dewan's excitement, you've seen the curated behind-the-scenes smiles, but what you haven't seen are the scripts that don't match the storyboards, the cast that keeps quiet, and the one actor, once central to the storyline, who's vanished from every public update. Who are they hiding and why? Let's open that file. As of this moment, every major actor has posted something about Season 8. Nathan Fillion, Melissa O'Neill, Jenna Dewan, Eric Winter, except one, Shawn Ashmore, Wesley Evers, gone. No social posts, no behind-the-scenes shots, not even a line in press statements. Strange, isn't it? Especially when his character played a vital role in the legal tension that capped off Season 7. But here's where it gets more troubling. Studio insiders leaked that Ashmore's contract was provisionally extended, meaning they could drop him with zero PR fallout. And now, his name has been quietly removed from internal call sheets as early as Episode 3. What does that mean? It means that while you're being fed Prague's pretty cathedrals, the producers are erasing characters in real time, silently, strategically, like they were never there. Wesley's arc, it's being folded into someone else's, most likely. Angela Lopez, a solo arc, tied to legal work abroad. More efficient, less emotional baggage. Do you feel it? That chill? That's not the European winter. That's the story freezing out everything it used to be. Prague is more than a set. It's a test site. Here's the real secret. ABC is experimenting with 2 alternate formats of The Rookie. One, still character-driven. Still emotional, still anchored in domestic arcs. But the other, international, high stakes, stripped of long-form romance arcs, shorter scenes, faster edits, less dialogue, more action. This means if the international version tests better in European markets or streaming platforms, that becomes the new canon. Chenford, condensed. Nolan, delegated. Entire scenes, rewritten based on non-US test audiences. And this is the version being filmed right now. The version you're not supposed to see until it's already locked in. Except now you know. Why would actors allow this? They didn't. When filming abroad, US-based union protections weaken. What's standard in Los Angeles becomes optional in Prague. Result? Actors have less control over rewrites, less say over edits, and zero veto power on character changes, which is why several Season 8 cast members, according to a now-deleted Reddit AMA, reportedly had to re-sign flexible arc clauses. What are flexible arc clauses? They allow producers to change a character's fate without prior discussion. One day you're a romantic lead, the next, you're written out off-screen. This isn't just a shift, it's a purge. Chenford, Lucy Chen, and Tim Bradford has been the emotional anchor of the series. Fans waited years for the payoff. Slow burn, subtext, tension. And now, the promo team is using Chenford as bait. Every post, every tease, every location reveal includes them. But what's actually happening behind those Instagram smiles is a full-scale restructuring of their storyline. Page leaks suggest a dramatic confrontation, one that ends not in heartbreak, but in silence. A breakup not from love, but from narrative necessity. Why? Because if ABC goes global, they need characters who translate quickly. International markets don't want layered romance. They want resolution, conflict, simplicity. So Chenford could become what every show fears, a fan favorite sacrificed for syndication. You want the truth? Follow the budget. ABC recently signed a co-production deal with a European media group. Terms: shared filming rights, tax incentives, creative input. Translation: Europe gets to shape the narrative, and they've made it clear. They want less romance, more chase, less talk, more suspense. Prague wasn't chosen because it's beautiful. It was chosen because it's cheap, controllable, and distant from domestic union oversight. This is not creative freedom. This is cost efficiency masquerading as innovation. And while the cast takes smiling selfies in cathedrals, producers are rewriting scripts to fit this new model. The Rookie, as you knew it, is ending. Silently, systematically, scene by scene. What if everything you've seen in The Rookie was never meant to last? The couples, the crimes, the heartwarming arcs, what if they were only placeholders for a far more controlled, far more engineered vision? Because the secrets behind Season 8 aren't just in Prague. They're in the files, the cuts, the silent edits, and in the one scene buried so deep in the production server, it was never meant to leak, but it did. And it changes everything. In a highly restricted drive connected to the European post-production studio, a scene labeled N8X locked was found, not by a journalist, not by a cast member, but by a technician who noticed something strange. A 4-minute scene with no dialogue, no background actors, no score, and most importantly, no context. It was labeled John Nolan, Final Directive, and what happens in those 4 minutes will shatter everything the fandom believes. Nolan, alone, walking down a foreign corridor, not in uniform, not even in plain clothes, but in civilian black, no badge, no gun, just a folder. He opens a door marked in check, and inside, a wall covered in photos. Every major character from The Rookie, past and present. Lucy Chen, Tim Bradford, Angela Lopez, Selena Juarez, even old characters, like Jackson West, all with strings connecting them, red lines, notes in languages we don't recognize. Then Nolan turns, and he burns the folder. No words, just flames, and a single look at the camera, like he knows something we never will. Why did this scene get cut? Why was it filmed in secret? Because it was never meant to be part of The Rookie. It was a teaser. For what's next, this is where everything cracks open. In a leaked development document tied to ABC International, a single codename appears over and over again. Recruits. A spin-off? No. Something more dangerous. A soft reboot. New characters, new country, old faces, used as launching pads. The Prague storyline in Season 8, it's not a detour, it's the pilot. The Rookie is being phased out, not cancelled, but dissolved into a new form. Recruits will be faster, cheaper, global, multiple cities, minimal continuity. Think NCIS, international, but darker, and built from the bones of The Rookie. Season 8 isn't just a new chapter, it's the final page of the original book. So who orchestrated this shift? Not Alexi Hawley. He's still listed as creator, but sources say his involvement has been reduced. The true force behind Season 8's transformation? An executive from ABC Europe, codename ZT. We traced financial documents linking ZT to 3 shows that all underwent radical international reboots. All 3 shows lost their original tone. All 3 saw major cast turnover. All 3 were shut down after 3 seasons. Now, ZT is listed in Prague production memos, coordinating talent, reviewing edits, and, most chilling of all, approving which scenes air in the US versus which only air in international cuts. Yes, you read that right. There will be 2 versions of The Rookie Season 8, one for America, one for the rest of the world, and only one of them tells the full truth. In a version of Episode 6 filmed only once, Tim and Lucy meet alone in a Prague cathedral. The scene ends with this line: "This isn't who we were meant to be, maybe we never were." Then fade to black, but in the US cut, the scene ends differently. It's lighter, more hopeful. That's because ABC is testing both endings, one for audiences who want closure and one for those who can handle the truth. But which one is canon? That depends on viewership data. You are no longer just a viewer, you're part of an algorithm. The future of Chenford, of Nolan, of The Rookie itself will be decided by your engagement. So here we are, Season 8. Prague, new characters, silenced contracts, hidden scenes, encrypted scripts. And now, an entire new show growing beneath the surface, like roots under the floorboards. The Rookie is not being renewed, it's being reabsorbed, repurposed, transformed. And if you blink, if you just watch casually, you'll never even know when the shift happened. Because it won't be announced. There won't be a press release. There will just be less. Less Nolan, less Chenford, less of what made this show real, and more recruits. What started as a quirky police dramedy is ending as a covert global media project, filming abroad, actors deleted, scenes rewritten, characters sacrificed, audiences manipulated. This is not just television, it's telemetry, watching how you react, what you share, what you skip, what you post. Because Season 8 isn't the future of The Rookie, it's a test, and what comes next will depend entirely on who's still watching when the final episode fades out. So if you made it this far, if you've seen behind the curtain, there's one last question to ask: are you still a fan of The Rookie, or have you just become a recruit?